Good afternoon, Feet to Faith. Happy Monday, guys. It is Monday. It is a brand new week. It is the last full week of March. It's crazy how fast this year is going. I don't know if it's going fast for anybody else, but over here I am like holy bamoly. That's the only words I got. Only words I got, holy bamoly. I think I just made that up. So I just wanted to come on here, and my emotions have kind of been all over today. I've had some chats with some teamies, and I just want to come on here and share my heart with you guys, share some tidbits with you guys, and hopefully it's needed. I have spent a lot of this morning in prayer. I know it's afternoon now, but I just wanted you guys to hear my heart. And for those of you who are new, or you've been around this business for a while, I just want you to hear from me. Okay. So I'm going to give you guys a minute or so and get some time to hop on. If you want to tag team these, that's fine. I know it's Monday. I know a lot of people work full time. No worries. But I'm going to get started in about a minute. Yeah. So say hey when you hop on. And we will get started in a minute. All right, let's see. Let's make sure that I can see comments first. Hey, girl. Hey, hey. Okay, I am seeing comments now. I swear, sometimes I have to do like a quick flick of the wrist. Hey guys, okay, I have 4 of you guys on, awesome. So I am just going to kind of just talk. I do have a couple of notes, but I just really want to talk about this business and talk about this business not only in the terms of right now, but I want to talk about in terms of longevity in this business and what it can be for you, a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now. I have been with this company, next month will be 8 years. And this business has changed my life. You've been around for a while. It's absolutely 1000% hands down the most faith-driven thing I've ever done. But I'm so thankful that I, pushed through all of the time through hard phases, and that I've tried new things and that I've stuck with it, because this business is truly everything to me, and my family. And I wouldn't be sitting here with you guys on a Monday being able to do this live if it wasn't for going forth and doing the hard things and doing the scary things and doing the things that nobody else wants to do because they're hard. And, sticking through those times where I'm thinking like, I don't want to do that. No, they're going to judge me, and they're going to tell me no, and nobody's going to take me seriously. And what if this is just a Scentsy business? This is just wax and warmers. Like, what do I have to offer? And I want you guys first and foremost to know that you have the ability to change your life with this business, and you have the ability to change other people's lives in this business. And the moment that you see that this business can change your life is when it's going to click for you. If that has not happened yet, you hang on till it happens. Because if you're doing the consistent things, I'm going to take it back to like a gym regimen, right? If you take it back and you scale back, and this is a great example. You start a gym regimen, right? So for me, postpartum depression, I didn't realize I was in that until like month 14, 15. I don't know why that just popped up. That happens all the time. And I was really, really deep in that, right? Still working my business, still being a wife, still being a mom, not being very good wife, but that's besides the point. Decided to go back to the gym because I reached out to one of my friends and she was like, okay, we need to get your mental health needs some help. Okay. So started that end of October, right? Started the gym. I had gained an extraordinary amount of weight, okay? For this small 5'3" body frame of mine. And it would be silly of me to think that one workout or 1 month of workouts could get me down 30 pounds, right? That would be absolutely silly, okay? Did I still think that that was going to happen? Did I still step on the scale, every single morning and be like, why in the world has this not changed more? Why has this not done this? Why has this not done this? Okay, so here I am, October, the end of October, right? November, December, January, February, March. We're at the end of March now, okay? I have still not lost that much weight, but in the meantime, we have changed up my eating a little bit. We've changed it up again. I've gone to the doctor. I've figured out what's going on with my body. I've gotten blood work. So what has happened is that not only was something not working, right? I was saying like, okay, well, this isn't going down as much as I want it to. Let's deep dive in deeper and see what else I need to do to make this work. So, hey, this isn't really working as well as we want it to. Let's see if something's going on with your diet. Let's take out dairy. Let's up your protein, okay? That made a little bit of a difference, okay? And I went to an expert on this, right? I went to my coaches at the gym. They're much more knowledgeable at this than I am. And then they were like, okay, well, you just had IUD problems, right? Maybe your hormones are out of whack, okay? Just got my blood work done. What do you know? My thyroid is underactive, okay? So there's all these pieces that have been playing a part together of why my weight loss journey is taking longer than it should. If anybody is doing the stuff that I'm doing in the gym, if anybody's doing the eating that I'm doing 95% of the time, it should be moving along a lot quicker, okay? But I've had to deep dive and figure out what I need to do to change to make it differently. That is exactly how this business is. When you are starting this business out, you are starting with a plate of emptiness, right? You are like, okay, I'm getting all this knowledge. I'm going to be a sponge. I'm going to take all of this information in. And then you have to figure out what to do to make it work for you. You have to figure out, okay, I have this launch party. My sponsors helped me with it. Now, what am I going to do to make this successful? Okay, they told me that I need to book parties off of the people who order from there. Okay, so that sounds kind of easy, right? You have to have the conversations. You have to say, okay, thank you so much for supporting me. I hope you love your stuff. Can you help me out even more and invite your friends to something like my online shindig? Or maybe let's have a sip and snip and you get free and half off this time instead of me, because your friends and family are ordering, okay? And that's the snowball effect. And then you start getting all of these customers and you're like, okay, this is great. This is how you're going to expand your business. You're going to expand your business, but maybe you get at a halt, right? You get at a halt and you get at a stop sign and you're like, okay, now which way do I go? My customer base is kind of slowing down. What do? I don't know where to go. Okay, well, thankfully in this business, you have so many resources at your fingertips. You have not a stop sign. You have think of like a diverge or like a fork in the road. You have like a 6, 7 ways you can go. You can say, okay, I don't know what to do. Let me ask my sponsor. I don't know what to do. Let me ask Feet to Faith or your director's team page. I don't know what to do. Let me look on YouTube and use the search engine because there's tons of trainings on YouTube. I don't know what to do. Let me, ask, I don't know, my bestie in this business. There's so many different things that you have the ability. Oh, go to Workstation. Use the search tab on there. There's so many different things that you can do. And in this world that we live in, I don't know if you guys have seen, I don't know if you guys have seen it too, but we are in such an instant gratification world. We're in this world where there is always something new and bright and shiny. And there's always something that's going to distract us, right? If you guys have ever seen something bright and shiny, I have, and it's always, wow, the grass looks much greener over there. I wonder if I was just to, maybe dabble in this shiny pen really quick, life is going to be much better over there. It's very bright and shiny. It's very ooh and ahhing, and it's probably easier than my Scentsy businesses, right? Has anyone ever had that thought? I've had that thought many of times in my Scentsy business. But I'm going to tell you this right now. The bright and shiny versus the garden that you created from the ground up, from that plate that was empty, that you and only you created because you put in the work, because you had those conversations, because you trained yourself, because you sought out the professionals or the people who are more experienced in this case, in this Scentsy business. You sought after those people and you filled up your cup and you figured out how to maneuver through the hard, and you figured out that is that more sustainable than a bright and shiny. The green grass over there, you have no clue about. I'm going to give you another example. The 3 neighbors down, they have a really, really green grass yard right now. Very green. Okay. You drive by and you look at all of our yards and be like, wow, they do not take care of their yards. Y'all, it's freaking winter, or it's just now spring, right? They have winter rye in their yard. But if you were to look at their yard, you're like, well, I want mine to look like that. If you were to plant winter rye right now, it's not going to work because it's not winter anymore. We have to stay focused and we have to worry about our control. And our control is our business, our Scentsy business. We are all independent Scentsy consultants. We all decided for one reason or another that we wanted to join Scentsy. We decided that we wanted to be in charge of income and that we wanted to be our own boss, essentially, right? Scentsy has all of these amazing products and all of these things already set up for us, which is the vehicle, right? But we have to move the product. We have to have the conversations. We have to get down and dirty even when we don't want to. And it's a blessing and a curse. It's a double-edged sword. And when you become a leader, it gets even tougher, but it's so rewarding. So what I want you guys to think about, when we look at this bright and shiny, okay, whatever that might be, it might be a new company that comes along that we're like, oh, that looks easier than Scentsy. Or it might be, I don't know, whatever it might be. I want you to ask yourself, is the return rate of this bright and shiny going to be any better than if we were to just put our trust and our faith and our work, our diligent work in the business that we already have? If we do the things that, we see successful people doing. That's what I've always said in this business. Do what successful people do in your Scentsy business and you will be successful. Do what the successful people are doing and you will be successful. If you do not believe that, I need you to start telling yourself that. Write it down, put it in your phone. If you do what successful people do in this business and you want to know what they do, I'm going to tell you in a minute. If you do what successful people do in this business, you will be successful. If you tell yourself every single day that you will be successful, you will be successful. Your mind and yourself and your heart and your soul are going to believe what you feed it. Feed yourself nothing but positivity, nothing but things that are going to improve your being. Do not feed yourself with stuff that's telling you, this is better over here. Or this, gosh, I just hate this and I can't get anyone to book parties, or like, yeah, girl, me too. Nobody wants to book parties. Change your circle. Change your circle of influence, change your mindset, and tell yourself that you are going to book parties, that you're going to ask all the people if they want free and half off Scentsy until somebody says yes. That you're going to offer Do you want to make extra money to help pay for your gas? Do you want extra money to help pay for those grocery bills that are absolutely insane? Do you need some extra money to help you with, I don't know, daycare? Do you know how many people need extra money right now and how many people are looking for bright and shiny things? Scentsy is not a bright, shiny thing, but Scentsy can also provide an extra income, source of income in a month for somebody. We get paid once a month. It can provide an extra source of income for a family, for a single mom, for somebody who is struggling right now to make ends meet. You have the capability to share with them to make their lives change. And when you start telling yourself that I can do this, I can also share this with people and I can help them be successful and I can help change their lives, that's when the game changes. When you believe in yourself enough that you're like, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, even if it's hard. I can do this even if I don't want to have the conversations. I can do this even though I don't want to be sitting in my office right now and I want to watch this Nickelodeon documentary. I'm in my office. When it becomes a non-negotiable for you, that's when things change. So when you see the long lens view of, okay, well, you know, like next month, if it's not better, I'm going to quit. No. What happens if you stay the course? What happens 2 years from now? What's your life going to look like? What's your family's life going to look like? What do you want it to look like? It can be whatever you want it to be. If you're consistent in the things that matter in this business, it can change everything for you. And what are those things? This business is not complicated. You need to party. Ask people if they want free and half off Scentsy. The beauty of that is always return and customer base. It's always personal relationships, because when you have a party, whether it's online or it's in person or you have an in-person gathering, I know Laura Asbury does a lot of stuff like at restaurants and stuff. If you have something to where you're meeting people, you're expanding your network. That's what's happening. You're meeting people, you're expanding your network. That person over there knows so many more people than you know. And it's a repetitive door. You have to be meeting people somehow. You have to get out of your own way and have conversations. You have to. Okay? Parties are not going anywhere. This is how Scentsy was built. I know a lot of people get really icky with that. They say, you know, I'm not partying anymore and this, that, and the other. You're going to have a very hard time meeting new people if you're not partying. Okay? And don't make it complicated. Do you want free and half off Scentsy? Well, I don't know if any of my friends are going to order. Let's try. Let's try. You never know if you never ask. And I told my husband this and he uses this now. If you never ask, the answer is always no. Just ask. Just ask. Okay? Then, okay, so partying. We are asking. We're asking. Everybody, do they want free and half off Scentsy? You should be asking everybody. Everybody. Okay? And then if you're interested in building your team, right? I always say, if you've never listened to training from me before, we don't sponsor just for a number. Okay? But if you're wanting to promote in this company, you cannot promote without a team. Okay? Leadership is one of the most beautiful things in this business. It's not for everybody. Okay. So if you want to promote, if you want to expand your income within this business, you have to bring people alongside of you. You have to promote. Okay. Yes, you do have to promote, but you have to build your team. Okay. And the simplicity behind that is training those people that are joining you. They trust you to help them. You're training them to be successful, which in return is going to not only make them successful, but if they want to sponsor, they're going to do the same thing when they train their new teams. Okay? It's duplication. And then when you're a leader, being there for them. We do not sponsor just for a number. We sponsor for a relationship and helping other people change their lives, okay? So what I'm trying to say with all of this, your business can absolutely change your life, and it can be that long-term wealth that you're looking for. That bright and shiny new thing over there is not going to be what is going to help you in your Scentsy business. Whatever it is, like I said, whether it's a new company, whether it's a new type of promoting online, it's a new this, that, and the other, I don't know what it might be. But your Scentsy business is not going to blossom and bloom the way you want it to if you take that focus out of this business and you go to that bright, new, shiny thing. We all, I know you guys have heard it a million times, we all have the same 24 hours in a day, right? There's 365 days in a year. If you would just give 30 minutes of uninterrupted, focused, consistent work to your business Monday through Friday, it does not take much. Uninterrupted focus Monday through Friday. Whether it's in the morning before anybody else wakes up, whether it's your lunch break at work, whether it's at night before you go to bed, do it consistently and watch what happens. Do it consistently. Have that PRV consistently. Have those recruiting conversations consistently. Train your teamies consistently. Show up on social media consistently. Show up in your team page or your director's team page consistently. Show how you're working. Do the things that matter in this business consistently, and your business will be successful. And it will be that long-term wealth that you'll look at in 2 years and you will say, holy cow, I am so thankful that I did not give up. I am so thankful that when it was hard and when I wanted to throw the towel in, that I said it's going to be worth it on the other side of this if I just don't give up. But if you give up on yourself and you give up on your Scentsy business, you'll never know. Okay? I want to give you an example of this. So today I went to Target. I told myself I was only going in for dish soap and tampons, and I spent $85. Okay? That has nothing to do with the story. But this is just show you how much of an instant gratification world we live in. Okay? Listen. Instant gratification. During COVID, every single store that we know of, Walmart, Target, Food Lion, Harris Teeter, I'm just naming ones that are around me, Lowe's Hardwood, they came up with self-checkout, right? They came up with self-checkout and they said, okay, we're going to do this, and then we're going to not have you interacting with that many people, okay? We're not going to be interacting with that many employees, so you're going to be able to check yourself out, okay? It's biting them in the hiney now, right? There are astronomical amounts of money that are being stolen of products all the time because nobody is keeping an eye on what's going on, okay? So what do? They took a step back and they said, hey, we're not going to do this anymore. And at Target, you have to have 10 items or less. Okay. I had like 13 or 14 in my cart today. So I had to stand with my child in the line like we used to before COVID happened. Instant gratification world that they changed for us is now back to normal at the store. You know who was kicking and screaming? I like how fast I was able to check out at Target with my child watching Blippi, but I didn't get that today. There's nothing wrong with instant gratification, but there is something wrong with it whenever you're not willing to take a step back and say, wow, I can make a relationship here. I can spend a little more time in this line, talk to the person behind me, get to know her, talk to the sales associate. I'm making relationships there. This instant gratification world that we live in, they can take it away in 2 seconds, just like they just did at Target to me. Longevity. Think about your business in that way, and you will be so happy when you look back and you say, wow, those deep trenches that I was in, when I thought I asked everybody under the sun if they wanted 3.5 off Scentsy, and I shared that join kit, the whole month of March, and nobody wanted to join me. I'm so glad I continued. I'm so glad that I continued showing up Because listen to me, guys. I'm going to take it back old school. I joined in April of 2016. My very first, not home party. My very first team meeting that I did, I think I had 2 people on my team. It was at Port City, Java in Midtown. It's not even there anymore. And 1 person showed up. 1 person showed up. And you know who it was? It was my best friend. She showed up because she probably felt bad for me and knew nobody was going to show up. My second month, I went through a really bad breakup and had to move back in with my parents. And that team meeting was at my parents' house. Okay, this was the second month in a row. I used to have them every single month in person when I was building my business for 5 years. 2 people showed up, my best friend and one of her teamies. Show up even when nobody else shows up. When you have a team page and you have 1 or 2 frontline and they don't show up for a team meeting, you do it anyways. When you're on a live on your director's Facebook group or whatever you're doing to help others and nobody shows up, you continue to do it. Continue to show up anyways. Continue to show up even if you're not getting recognized. We all love recognition. We all love words of affirmation, but keep showing up if it doesn't happen. Keep showing up and don't only prove to yourself that you can do it, but prove to others that, hey, I did this. I did this because I showed up. Even though other people didn't show up, even though nobody took me seriously at first, even though I didn't know what I was doing, I was floundering around like a fish out of water, I still showed up and I figured it out. That when the weight wasn't coming off like I wanted it to, I dug a little deeper. I reached out to some people who were very knowledgeable in what they do and figured it out. And here we are. I'm referencing back to my weight loss right now. I have an underactive thyroid. My testosterone is extremely low. You figure it out on the way. But if you give up, if I would have given up that first month and said, wow, the freaking scale hasn't gone down. This is not working out. I'm done. Or in my Scentsy business for the first 2 years when I was like barely doing my Scentsy business here and there. No, I can't build a team. I'm not doing it. Nope. Nobody wants to have a party. Nope. Nobody wants to join my team. No, I'm done. I wouldn't be where I'm at today. You're worth it. Your business is worth it. And if nobody has told you, you are successful. You will be successful. You will continue to be successful. And this business is everything you will make it. So when it's hard and it's ugly and you don't want to show up, that's when you need to dig your heels in even more. Even more. That's when you say, okay, I don't see the way right now. I don't see it, but maybe if I reach out to my sponsor, they can help me. They can pull something up and say, okay, well, here's where we're at. Let me ask some questions. Reach out to your director. Reach out to me. We can figure it out together. There's no hard in this business that's too hard to just tweak a little bit of stuff and make some changes and then move forward. Try something out for a little bit. If it doesn't work, then don't keep doing it. It's the definition of insanity. But I'm saying like a month or 2. And then if that's still not working, then we figure it out some more. But you have to be consistent in the things that successful people do in this business in order to see success in this business. And I'm going to say it again because it's so important. You have to party in this business. It's harder now for me to party than it was ever when I was teaching. Why? I'm not around people as much as I was whenever I was teaching, right? I have forced myself to be around people more because I'm part of a gym community. I'm, out in the community more. I'm meeting new people again. But you have to meet people. You have to. And then you just have to say, will you help me out? You want to get some free and half off Scentsy in return? Yep, what do I have to do? Or nope, I don't want to do it. Okay, ask the next person. That's where it starts. That's where you will see success, is continuing over and over and over and over and over again. Amen. To have parties. Have parties, have parties. Don't ask people if they want to have parties. Do you want free and half off Scentsy? And then you figure it out from there. Okay. I would have never made it through COVID times with my business had I not changed the way I partied. I knew I still had to party, but I built my business doing home parties. I built my business always having home parties. That's where I got my PRV from. I had to teach myself, hey, self, how do I figure out how to do Facebook parties, because the world couldn't get together. We couldn't get together with people. The whole world shut down. I went to YouTube. I found a couple of videos, figured out how to make it my own, and I learned how to Facebook party. Because before COVID, I had never had a successful Facebook party. And now, if you have joined my team, we do your launch party as a Facebook party. I had to teach myself how to do that. And yes, I have to revamp it here, there, and everywhere. I used Visly for a little bit, and then Visly wasn't working for me anymore. And then I stopped doing that. And thank goodness, because now Visly apparently is a third party that's not going to be allowed to be used in Facebook. Okay. Then you figure it out. You pivot. You say, okay, what am I going to do? I can do scheduled posts. Wow, I don't know how to do that. I'm going to reach out to somebody who does know how to do that. Or I'm going to watch a training or something like that. You pivot, you move, you do the things. So with your Scentsy business, I want you to think of long-term. I want you to think it is not instant gratification. It is from what you do consistently over and over and over that you're going to find success. Kimberly, I schedule posts. So I create a Facebook group. I create it private. So I can post whatever I want to in there. And then when I'm going and doing the posts, I just schedule them. So I typically do parties. First day is like introductions. And I say like schedule, or set your notifications on. So you see stuff like this. How do you know our host? Here's who I am. Are you ready to party? That's like the first day. And then the next 3 days, it's usually from like 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Every hour on the hour, I just schedule out posts. That way it's literally just running. Okay. And I just have one party that I like usually drag from. I just change up names and all of that. So find what works for you. If you don't know what's working for you, then pivot and figure it out. We have so many people who are so knowledgeable within this company. We have so many people in this group, Feet to Faith, that are so knowledgeable and are so excellent at what they do. Okay. But you have to be willing to put the work in. This business is not bright and shiny. It can look bright and shiny. For some of you who do not know me, my business can probably look very bright and shiny. And be like, wow, it was easy for her. If you know me, if you know my business story, if you know any of that, it has been nothing bright and shiny. But on the outside looking in, it probably does look bright and shiny. But this is 8 years of hard work that has gotten me to where I am today. 8 years of me showing up when I haven't wanted to show up. 8 years of me hearing no's. 8 years of me being ignored. 8 years of me consistently doing the things over and over and over that successful people do that have kept me where I'm at in this business. So when you see things that are bright and shiny within this business, know that it took when I'm saying look forward 2 years, stay consistent with the things that matter. It's not going to happen overnight. And that's where a lot of people get lost. They say, well, why is it not working for me? Well, it doesn't happen overnight. You keep doing the things. You keep doing the repetitive movements. You keep doing the actions that you know are going to pay off, and that's when it pays off. Okay? The bright and shiny is real pretty. The green grass is real pretty, but you don't know what's going on over there, and you don't really need to know what's going on over there. Focus on your circle of control. Focus on your grass. Focus on the roots that you have grown underneath you, and you will bloom and you will blossom, and this business of yours will take off. I promise you, if you stay consistent in the things that matter. Do you want free and half off Scentsy? Can I tell you how you can make some extra money with Scentsy? And helping your teamies. Rinse and repeat. Okay? I love you guys. I hope this was helpful for some people. I was talking to myself here too. And I will talk to you guys later. We have six days left of the month. So anything can happen. Shout yourself out on the team page if you have any promotions coming up. Shout out teamies. If you have anything you want us to cheer you on with, we are here for you. I am here for you. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.